Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the second phase of the U.S. plan to end the war in Gaza is close, but he cautioned that several key issues still have to be resolved, including whether a multinational security force will be deployed. He was speaking as German Chancellor Friedrich Merz made his first official visit to Israel. Merz said he believes a durable ceasefire in Gaza is possible and rejected any role for the militant group Hamas.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz takes a tour of Yad Vashem, the world's largest memorial to the some 6 million Jews who were killed in the Holocaust. He acknowledged the enduring bond between Israel and Germany, born of the darkest chapter in German history.
Here at Yad Vashem, Germany's enduring historical responsibility is tangible. Germany must stand up for the existence and security of Israel. This is part of the unshakable core of our relationship and will remain so forever.
A relationship that has been strained in recent years during Israel's war in Gaza. The devastation of the Gaza Strip and killing of tens of thousands of Palestinians called into question Germany's unwavering support of Israel. It took Merz 7 months to make his inaugural visit as Chancellor to Israel, over twice as long as his two predecessors. And after a ceasefire in Gaza had been reached. Merz's meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was a chance to show the world that the relationship is back on track.
Not only does Germany work in the defense of Israel, but Israel, the Jewish state, 80 years after the Holocaust, works for the defense of Germany. And that is a historical change that comes at the time of great international turbulence and change.
Merz underlined Germany's support for Israel and its right to defend itself, but his proposals for peace in the region are not in line with those of Netanyahu.
The eventual establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel probably offers the best prospect for the future. A two-state solution can only be achieved through negotiation, and these negotiations are necessary right now.
Negotiations between international mediators on the next stages of the peace deal continue. But for now, Israel and Germany, one of its closest allies, are at odds over what that should look like.
DW's chief political editor Michaela Küfner is travelling with the Chancellor at his visit to Israel. She has more about German-Israeli relations since Merz took office in May.
So this first visit of Friedrich Merz, of course, was important. This has been a very bumpy road over the first 7 months of his chancellorship, particularly also in relations with Israel. He became the first chancellor to impose a weapons export ban over the response of Israel on the October 7th attack, that offensive in Gaza that left so many civilians dead. There were concerns over human rights. The German Chancellor did pull the brakes. Now, that has been suspended now again. That's no longer in place following the peace deal that was US brokered. And the big question now is, how can everybody get to the second phase? How can this become more permanent, even lead towards a peace process? This is what unites everybody, but the idea, the concept of what the aim of this should be couldn't be more different, even between Germany and Israel. Germany being one of those few remaining friends, not having recognized a Palestinian state in advance. Germany insists there must be a Palestinian state. The two-state solution is the only way forward. And Benjamin Netanyahu simply stands there and says, well, the Palestinians already had a state in Gaza and their aim is to kill Israel. So very different aims here, a very difficult situation, and quite clearly only the United States can give this meaningful direction in the future. As far as bilateral relations are concerned, well, there are big defense deals. Germany is buying the Arrow 3 system as a benchmark system to defend Germany and Europe. So these interests are now mutual, and this visit, Merz can now claim, was successful. He didn't get upstaged by Benjamin Netanyahu, and very clearly more testing times to come for Germany, which Merz repeated. This pledge stands closely aligned with Israel, stands in for defending Israeli security.